So, today in this module, we are going to read the poem The Laburnum Top by Ted Hughes. Before moving on to the poem, let's read about the poet first. Edward James Hughes, born in August 1930, was an English poet, translator, and children's writer. Critics frequently rank him as one of the best poets of the 20th century. The early years of his life were dominantly rural, and it seems that the rural landscape of Yorkshire became a starting point of his poetic imagination, as he spent most of his time in the lap of nature. His use of natural and animal imagery, embedding the complex theme of death, loss, fear, and man, won global recognition. Some of his best poems include The Thought Fox, Snowdrop, Pike, View of a Pig, Hawk Roosting, Crow's First Lesson, and The Blue Flannel Suit. Hughes continued writing and publishing poems until his death from cancer on October 28, 1998. Here, there's an image of Laburnum tree, which is called Amaltas in India. Let's read the poem before moving on to explanation part. The laburnum top is silent, quite still. In the afternoon yellow September sunlight, a few leaves yellowing, all its seeds fall, till the goldfinch comes, the twitching chirp, a suddenness, a startlement at a branch end. Then sleek as a lizard and alert and abrupt, she enters the thickness, and a machine starts of chitterings and of a tremor of wings and trillings. The whole tree trembles and thrills. It is the engine of a famine. She stokes it full, then flirts out to a branch end, showing her barred face identity mask. Then with airy, delicate, whistle chirp whisperings, she launches away towards the infinite, and the laburnum subsides to empty. Here is an image of goldfinch bird. This is an American goldfinch bird, which is found in North America. Now let's check glossary. Here are the difficult words and the meanings given to help you out in understanding the poem in a better manner. So go through it, please. Now the first stanza. The laburnum top is silent, quite still. In the afternoon yellow September sunlight, a few leaves yellowing, all its seeds fallen. In the above lines, the poet creates a pictorial image of a laburnum tree, Amaltas. The top of the tree is still and silent in the daytime of September month. The leaves of the tree are turning yellow in autumn and the seeds have fallen. The poet expounds the connection between a laburnum tree and a goldfinch bird. The goldfinch is a North American bird with yellow or golden hue on its body, and the laburnum tree possesses yellow flowers, thus providing a perfect camouflage from predators. Besides, the usage of yellow color repeatedly in the first stanza symbolizes death, yellow leaves, silence, the daytime, other than beauty. Till the goldfinch comes with a twitching chirp, a suddenness, a startlement at a branch end. Then sleek as a lizard and alert and abrupt, she enters the thickness and a machine starts up, of chitterings and a tremor of wings and trillings. The whole tree trembles and thrills. Let's check the explanation of second stanza. The poet further explains how the tree remains the same until the goldfinch bird arrives. The arrival of the bird is compared to a lizard. The simile in this line: sleek, smooth, alert, and abrupt. There is assonance. Then the bird moves towards the dense part of the tree where the bird has made her nest. The moment bird enters the thickness of the tree, it seems as if a machine that had lain dormant till then awakens. Here the tree has been compared to a machine. There is metaphor in this line. The bird's family that was quiet in the absence of the goldfinch suddenly begins to chirp. This onomatopoeia. And twitch and create commotion. The tree seems to have come alive as it seems to tremble and thrill. So there is alliteration and personification. With the movement of the bird and its family, the bird, goldfinch, and her young ones, these are the engine of the machine, the laburnum tree. Next stanza. It is the engine of her family. She stokes it full, then flirts out to a branch end, showing her barred face, identity mask. Then, with airy, delicate, whistle chirp whisperings, she launches away towards the infinite, and the laburnum subsides to empty. The goldfinch stokes this engine by feeding its family. Once they have been fed, the goldfinch moves to the end of a branch, peeping out such that only its face is visible in the yellowness of the tree. The face has black marks, which make it seem like the bird is wearing a mask. This mask and the strange whistle chirp that the bird produces is like a warning to any predator who wish to harm its children. And on that note, the bird flies away into the vast, infinite sky, leaving the tree empty and once again silent as it was. Now let's check the figures of speech or literary devices which are used in this poem. There is alliteration in September sunlight, tree trembles, repetition of S sound in September sunlight, and tree trembles, repetition of T. Simile, comparison between two things using the word of comparison like sleek as a lizard, there is simile in it. Metaphor, she enters the thickness and a machine starts up. So now machine is referring to the tree. It is the engine of a family showing her barred face identity mask. Now in both the lines, this metaphor. Personification, the whole tree trembles and thrills. Then transferred epithet is there in her barred face identity mask. Now let's analyze the poem. The poet Ted Hughes uses the laburnum tree and goldfinch as a symbol of life and its fluctuations. The poet tells us that life is a process of exchange and transformation. People are alive because they undergo exchange of energy. The goldfinch transforms the tree and makes it alive. Without the goldfinch and the chicks, the laburnum is so silent that it seems dead. The poem examines and articulates the interrelationship between soul and body through common symbols of bird and tree. Though the body and the soul are separate entities, but they actually complement each other. It is in the interaction between the two lies the beauty, vigor, and perfection of existence. Thus, the poem shows the state of existence both in the separation of the body and soul and union, which unmistakably provides the body the vigor and the vitality required for its life and its fulfillment. There is an imagery of life and sustenance which is transported through the mother goldfinch to her young ones. She visits her young ones to feed them and assure them that she is there. The poet also uses yellow color in the background of the laburnum leaves, which speaks of warm but fading sunlight. It also indicates that the mother goldfinch has to fly far away at the close of autumn season. She also has to ensure a warm and secure winter for her young ones. The laburnum tree symbolizes the pattern of our life in general. Life is seemingly dull and inanimate, but it is the attitude of a person towards life that makes it meaningful and worth living. The goldfinch bird brings cheer, happiness, and mirth to the simple and inanimate surroundings. Its happiness is infectious and all encompassing. Now, I have given some questions and some sample answers. so that you understand how to write answers of these questions. So children, you may take help from here in case you get stuck somewhere. If there's any problem of further queries, you can drop me your questions. I'll be happy to solve it. Stay home, stay safe. Thank you so much.